not going to fart in front of you guys.
You're watching Keeping It Real with Vasavi, where I keep it real all day, every day, even when I don't want to. And today's question comes from Lisa, and she writes, Vasavi, I love watching your videos. I've always helped people. I love helping people. Everyone I know comes to me for help because I'm straightforward, and I never actually tell them what to do. I did all of this before I even learned the law of attraction, and this is why I'm writing with you for some advice. I'm not looking to get rich. I just want to help people because I feel that that's what my life calling is. I don't have the money to take a real coaching course, but I've read tons and done a lot of research. I recently worked with a couple who I didn't know ahead of time. They didn't have a lot of money, so I only took $20 from them. And the people they know don't have much money either. How can I try to get more of a client base to help more people? If you have any advice or recommendations, it would be greatly appreciated. So Lisa, before we get into today's Keeping It Real video, I just need you to ask yourself these two questions. The first thing is, do you really want to help people? Just sit with that for a second, okay? You said that this is your life calling, right? So do you really, really want to help people? Yes. And the second question is, do you really think that you can help people? Based on what you said, I believe that you can help people. So just ask yourself that. Do you think you can help people, and do you really want to help people? See, I get your question because what you're asking is very common amongst people who have a life purpose and they just want to help people. And it's almost like they're embarrassed or they're afraid of asking for money because they think it's spiritually wrong to want to be wealthy, be rich, and also help people. I completely relate to this, Lisa, because growing up, I grew up in a very financially abundant household. My mom was a cardiologist. My father was an accountant. I never had to worry about money. We'd go to India every single year growing up since the age of 2. And as you may or may not know, in India, half our population lives on the street. There's a lot of poverty. And I always felt very guilty. I always felt very guilty that I grew up in a house where I never really had to worry about money. But then here I was going to India, and I saw so many people who on the surface didn't have a lot. So when I went into my business, I always felt guilty asking people for money. And I had the same exact conversation as you. I would always say, oh, I just want to help people. I don't want to make any money. But guess what? You being cheaper is not a sustainable business model. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do, Lisa, is get really clear on your relationship with money. There are tons of resources out there, and if you don't have it in your budget right now to maybe invest in a coaching course, I highly recommend the book, The Energy of Money by Maria Nemeth. It's going to help you get really clear about what is the mindset that you have around money. Do you think money's bad? Do you think if you ask for money that you're bad? Or do you think it's spiritually wrong for you to want to make money in your business? That's the first thing that you need to do, is get crystal clear on your relationship with money. The second thing that you need to do is get really clear on who you're meant to help and the value that you provide. I know, Lisa, that deep down you know you have a gift. Otherwise, you wouldn't be writing to me today. So get really clear on the value that you provide, and just know at the core of who you are that you're here and you do have a calling and you do have a purpose. And the last thing, Lisa, which I think is probably one of the most important things, is that you have to be able to communicate your value. Because if you can't tell people the value that you have to provide, you can't expect them to pay you if you can't articulate that when you're having a conversation with potential clients. Remember that if you have an unhealthy relationship with money, you're going to have an unhealthy business and an unhealthy relationship with your clients. So now I want to hear from you. What are some of the limiting beliefs that you've ever had around money in your business? Did you believe that it was spiritually wrong for you to ask for money? How did you get over that? Are you still working through that? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's free weekly Keeping It Real video, just go to my website at vasavikumar.com, put in your name and your email address. And if you know somebody that could enjoy today's video, make sure you pay it forward, share it with a friend, and until next time, keep it real.